Nestled near the mountains of North Wales, in the county of Gwynedd, lies a small village of sincere beauty and historical note. Abergwyngregyn, known colloquially as Aber, sits between the city of Bangor and the town of Abergwyngregyn. Although now mainly known for its beautiful waterfall and breathtaking nature trail, at one point this small settlement held the immense power of Welsh royalty. During the 13th century, Wales was under the rule of Llywelyn ap Gruffydd, or Llywelyn the Last. Revealed from an archaeology dig from 2010, it is now known that during his lifetime, Llywelyn the Last held his court here in the village of Aber, where marriages and celebrations occurred which helped to forge political alliances for this Celtic kingdom. Known as one of the last official princes of Wales, Llywelyn the Last ruled the lands of Gwynedd and Wales for almost 40 years before his ambush and death at the hands of English invaders. After the unfortunate defeat of the Welsh Princes' Rebellion, all ties and references to Aber's royal connection was destroyed and lost for many millennia. However, despite this tragedy, the story of Llywelyn lived on through the stories told by the people of Aber, ensuring their fallen king won't be forgotten to history.
I think most people in the village are aware that Llywelyn had his court allegedly here, and we've got the mood across the way, which was the fortification. Whether it was Llywelyn's or before, who knows?
As far as, history in the wider sense, I'm not sure how many people are aware of the importance of Aber within Welsh history. It's difficult to say, but from the perspective of the church, it is the history of connections and of families that seems to be foremost in people's minds, rather than, historical connections from a bygone era.
Despite Llywelyn's defeat, Aber still attempted to thrive against all obstacles. After the auctioning of Abergwyngregyn in 1925, Aber became a resting spot for weary travellers and tourists who wished to enjoy the natural beauty of the county. However, this changed in 1994 after renovations were made to the A55, a major dual carriageway connecting between England and North Wales. To this day, the changes made have been debated by the locals of both Aber and other communities in the county of Gwynedd, with some arguing that the village has now become more accessible for visitors, whereas some say the convenience of the A55 has made some occupations obsolete. Regardless of the debate, the impact caused by the dual carriageway can still be felt almost 30 years later, with the younger generations seeking their fortunes elsewhere.
There is a strong sense of community here, but on the other hand, there aren't that many young families in the village, or at least not families that worship at this church.
Well, when we first came to this village, we knew everybody in the village. Now we know the people at the bottom of the village, or we know a few people further up, but more people now travel out to work, so they're out first thing and they're back last thing, so they're not around.
Despite the setbacks caused by the A55, some locals refused to view it as a total loss. Over the decades, business ventures came and went, some evolving and thriving over time, while some stagnated and fell victim to the modern age. For years, the locals of Aber, much like their ancestors before them, would try to ensure the survival of their village using the fertility and beauty of the land that was bestowed upon them. So would it be any wonder that the latest attempt at reinvigorating Aber for the modern age would use a resource the village has known? Aber Fool's Whiskey is one of the newer businesses that combines the history and the natural beauty of the village for their benefit.
Yeah, so what it was, the story why this was here, so the company that owned us, called Halewood Artisanal Spirits, they owned the building just over there. This obviously has all been built in the last few years. And they owned the building, it was going through a sale, so they were selling the building because it was just sort of been derelict for about 15 years. And then the CEO said, put a whiskey distillery there.
Repurposing a 19th century slate works, the distillery began its production since 2017, and has made a multitude of alcoholic beverages using resources from the famous waterfall and the surrounding farms. Although some locals have expressed skepticism in the long-term effects of its construction, the distillery ensures that it keeps both the history and the village alive by employing many of the employees from local areas and operating tours to teach people on Abergwyngregyn's past.
So when we do the tour, we've named our dragon. You might see the dragon on the way in. We've called him Llywelyn after Llywelyn's visit here, and the stills inside the whisky stills, we call them Eleanor after Llywelyn's wife, Gwenllian after his daughter as well. So we're trying to keep that history alive.
Whether they succeed in their endeavours or fail, rest assured that Aber has shown that despite whatever the times have thrown at the village, its beauty shall persevere and will not be forgotten anytime soon.
Say hi, Arshan.
Say it with a big voice. Say it with a big voice. Don't whisper.
Hello.
We've got a single malt Welsh whiskey here, and if you want to create...
Say that again from the beginning, I'm very sorry.
No, you're alright, don't worry. Yes.